What up, everybody? We just finished watching the DCTV Daily, and Peter was talking about everything that's happening with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, and the civil war that's going on, and how it's going to help everybody and hurt everybody, and what to do. And did you just say that? I think I lost Tony. You still there, Tony? Well, Tony had just said that. Apparently Tone Vase was still streaming, which is quite interesting. I'm not a big fan of Tone Vase. Yes, he's a Bitcoin maximalist. There's nothing wrong with that. I happen to disagree with him on a number of things. The main thing being that when it comes to Bitcoin being the only thing that's ever going to work or go to the moon or whatever, like it's the only legitimate cryptocurrency, I think he's sorely mistaken. And the other thing that going on is that when Peter had done an interview with him, Peter had basically put out the case for other cryptocurrencies, including the closed chain cryptos, like the ones that have their own ecosystem, their own environment. For instance, I know that Yen is going to be coming out with its own cryptocurrency, and basically, Tone just didn't want to hear anything. He just wanted to talk about himself, even though it was I'm gonna go ahead and put Tone on blast. Tone had actually reached out to Peter and asking for an interview, and when Peter actually did go to the Tone Vase channel for this interview, Tone had flipped the script and made the interview about himself and didn't ask Peter anything really, which was just kind of shady on Tone's part. But it was smart marketing when you think about how getting people to talk about yourself, or getting people to interview you on your own channel. It's not bad. So, Ninja Grassmaster, you still watching the Tone Vase? Because I can hear it in the background.
Oh, sorry, man. Let me mute my shit. Yeah, I got Tone Vase, Roger Ver, and yeah, they got both of them are streaming live.
Damn, how you watching both of them at the same freaking time?
I'm kind of crazy like that.
I've seen pictures or movies that have people watching like 1,000 screens, and they're like just absorbing all of it, and it's like, dude, I can't even focus on two things at once. I can multitask a little bit, but something has to go on the back burner, and so for me, watching two streams, trying to pay attention to two different channels, like at work, they would have Fox News on one channel and CNN on the other. And it was, trying to keep track of both of them when they're both spouting out bullshit was just freaking ridiculous. It was just, mind numbing. So I commend you for being able to actually do that. That's something that I do not have the talent for. My focus has to tunnel vision. I did happen to be working on, I did manage to get the abittofar.com blog and video blog up and running last night, thanks to in large part because of the counsel that we received from John yesterday. You missed a great second half of the stream last night there, Ninja Grassmaster. But John had jumped into the stream, and he basically hijacked the whole thing, which was totally awesome. I say hijack, that's a term of endearment. He didn't hijack anything. He came in, he gave invaluable input and lots of great commentary, as well as advice when it came to building a product. When it comes to building a product, you can't always wait for things to be finished. Like I'm a perfectionist by heart, so I don't like putting things out that aren't finalized. And I realized that that was just delaying me getting my audience. I have to build things and show how I'm building it and how it's being created, and just go from there. And so when John came on yesterday, it was just absolutely fantastic. He talked about so many different. He talked about two different comics out there. That one guy he just did stick figures as his comic. And he's like got thousands and thousands of followers, and we got another guy who started his comic straight up, like literally just drawing on the back of a used business card. And I got he shared with us the website, and we got to take a look at some of the sketches from earlier, and it's just like, holy crap, if that was his start, I am way ahead, because I'm making my sketch pads out of scrap paper at work. But like this guy literally built an empire off of comics that were made on the back of business cards. I'm like, freaking awesome, He's doing the exact same thing. He do the picture with his camera of the business card, and he just post it. Simple. I'm like, wow, So, I'm planning on doing comics for the long run. That's one of the reasons why I have the Zoom chat going on right now. Everybody can only see me. We have Jay Freeman in the house. We have Freeze in the house. You guys are more than welcome to type in the chat, whatnot, or jump in. Give any commentary. I welcome talking with you guys. Otherwise, you're just going to hear me talk to myself about myself and about projects that are going down and about what happened in the DCTV stream today. So speaking about the DCTV Daily this morning, I think that Peter's post, like his article, was thoroughly well written and well researched. He even gave his sources at the very end of the post right there, and he broke down the entire article, which was absolutely phenomenal. He wrote he would read a paragraph, and then he would break it down for everybody. I especially liked his visual aid about the creator and the users, and how the creator knows that the users know that the creator can change the rules at any time. It's just that, as simple and janky as it was, that visual aid was priceless. It was hilarious. But honestly, I think I said this in one of the streams earlier, in one of our podcasts earlier, that when it comes to Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, yes, I agree with Peter completely that forks are attacks on the Bitcoin network itself. They are attacks on cryptocurrency. They help spread that FUD, and as well as that FOMO for the people that are trying to buy Bitcoin Cash so that they could get their Bitcoin SV, and then everybody's cashing out. And I think that this fork is literally what was the catalyst for the current downfall. People are cashing out of their Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin Cash in order to get their super volatile, and then they'd cash out of both. And the people who aren't in the know, they just see the value of Bitcoin dropping significantly, and now they're also dropping down. So the people who basically bought Bitcoin Cash and cashed out of both Bitcoin Cash and SV, I think they're just waiting for the end of this sharp dip to reinvest into Bitcoin, and then we'll see it make its gains back, and then we'll be back at the 6,500 range. But personally, I saw in the live stream chat how Corgi had posted a hashtag, pray for 3K for Bitcoin. I thought that was hilarious. I think a 3K Bitcoin would be phenomenal right now. I know a lot of people are all about, they don't like bear markets. They don't like it when things go bearish, and coins are tanking. Same with the stock market. But for me, I will be honest with you guys, and I'm pretty sure I've told you before, Ninja Grassmaster, but I actually purchased the book Unshakable by Tony Robbins. And in that book, I had learned about investing in the stock market and whatnot, and the mindsets that you have to have, as well as the truth about the market cycles. And so when it comes to market cycles, everything goes up and everything goes down, and it constantly does that cycle. Bear market, bull market, bear market, bull market, and if you look at the entire history of the stock market, it's on an incline. No matter what's happening in short term, yes, it has its bearish moments, it has its bear markets, but on the whole, everything's going up. And so when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto, I am a hodler. I do hold long term, and I plan on holding long term for God. I don't even know. I'm probably anywhere from 7 to 10 years just to see where things are at. And I honestly believe that Bitcoin is going to be the leader, and I believe that this civil war has not only split Roger Vere's his follower base in half. I honestly hope that what ends up happening is that Bitcoin Bitcoin Cash will ultimately leave the top 10. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin Cash. I will be honest with you right now. And when it comes to Roger Ver and his hustle, you got to respect his hustle, but I don't respect his message. I don't respect, what he's done with his community, or, everybody's a bunch of haters. I mean, Roger Ver is the face and the leader, and all everybody can think of is Roger Ver doing this, to everybody. I mean, there's memes about it. And so when you have someone who has that kind of a personality, he's very abrasive in his messaging. When there's an attack on his network, I don't think either Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Super Veloce are going to be coming out on top in the short term. I really do hope that neither one of them, stay in the top 10. But if like Peter said, if this is all about getting eyeballs, then you know what, this is working. This all news is good news. When it comes to getting eyeballs and getting people into crypto, but when it comes to the actual Bitcoin Cash network, itself, I say network, community, this fork can only hurt it. So that's what I've got to say about that. So let me go ahead and post in the chat real quick in the Discords and see if I can get anybody else in here. Give me 1 second while I type this up. Stream is live. Come and join us. All right, so I went ahead and posted that in the Bitcoin Pub general Discords. And yeah, so there we go. Anyway, so I don't know if you're in a position where you can type in the chat there, Jay Freeman, but if you can, it would be really awesome to get some feedback. Hear your thoughts maybe. I know that you asked if you could just join as a listener, and that's fine. But sometimes having a bit of feedback, having a conversation, a Discord back and forth makes for a better show. Right now, it's just me. And that's fine. I don't mind. We'll probably try to run this whole 40 minutes in the Zoom chat and see how that goes. So anyways, I do want to give you a bit more details about the update on abit2far.com. Originally, I planned that abit2far.com would be the blog, and then abit2far.io would be the Shopify, apparel store. So if there was a comic on abit2far.com that somebody would really like, there'd be a link underneath it to the .io website where they could actually purchase like a mug or a Shopify t-shirt or something. But right now, I'm just going to be in data mode. I know that John had actually posted out that, when it comes to building, sometimes, trying to productize at the very beginning isn't the wisest idea because you don't even know who your market is just yet. So abit2far.com is live. I have posted all of our Zoom chats that we've done so far. I think we have a total of 5 episodes. And some of them come in anywhere from 1 part or to up to 4 parts, But yeah, I've been uploading. I spent most of my night till about 3 a.m. in the morning just uploading all of these different pictures and all these podcasts that we had done on YouTube. And so this one will be uploaded to YouTube as well, and it will become a part of the vlog. And, I'm doing a stream every morning on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, every evening as well. So and it's usually after the DCTV Daily in the morning, and it's after the nightly stream, because, most people are home, most people are available then. And, mornings are usually the quieter ones because everybody's at work. That's understandable, no problem. But at night is when the real juice begins. That's when we have a lot of fun, a lot of, surprises, and, every once in a while we have a good joke. I mean, what would a bit too far be without some humor? So I just wanted to share this comic that I drew up last night. I haven't posted it on the blog yet. I don't know if you can see this, but it's showing backwards on my screen. But it's a picture of a little girl on the couch looking at the kitty litter box and the dog potty mat. And it looks like the dog taught the cat to use the potty mat. It's just a simple, fun little thing. Nothing too crazy. I've got a few more that I have to upload. I got a lot of uploading to do today to get things up to date and up to speed. But yeah, it's been a blast. I have been having a lot of fun, and I've got a lot of work ahead of me. All of these comics have to be uploaded. All of these drawings have to be completed, and I'm hoping to build Yen.io's first comic. I am Yen.io's first comic, and I'm hoping that this will create one hell of a career. I never intended to be a YouTuber or a podcaster. I never intended to be a comic. My goal and dream was to join the Navy, be in the military, and become a corpsman. And both of those things I did do. I did join the Navy and become a corpsman. I was Doc, and I ended up going to the Marines with that medical field. The Marine Corps doesn't have medical, and so hold on, Peter's talking on Discords. Anyway, so I joined the Navy, became a corpsman, and then they shipped me over to be with the Marines, and it's been great. I did 8 years of service, and I had an absolute blast, and I would still be in the Navy. My goal was to retire at 20 years, and unfortunately that didn't quite happen because our former president decided to downsize our military, and I was part of that cannon fodder that ended up getting kicked out basically. I reached my high year tenure. In the Navy, that's when you only get promoted after so many years, and if you don't get promoted after so many years, they say, okay, thank you for your service, your time is up with us. And when it comes to the Navy and trying to downsize, trying to get rid of people, it all comes down to the exams. We get our promotions based on our exams, and we have to take these 200 question exams. And I missed getting promoted based on the new standards, because the previous standards were right here to get promoted, and then to get people out of the military, they raised the promotion score to up here. And I missed that promotion score by 1.25 points. Literally one question prevented me from continuing my career. And, when I tried to go into the reserves, they said that we don't need corpsmen. We have too many, because it was happening to all of us, and, a lot of guys had gone into the reserves trying to save their careers. And they said that they didn't have any room for me there. So I said, all right, fine, that's it. Time for me to go do my thing. Maybe this is God's way of telling me, that the wars are about to get bad with ISIS and all that, because that was happening at the time. And so I went and used my GI Bill to go into nursing school. I graduated from nursing school, and I was we got Tony back. Ninja Grassmaster is back.
Yo, man. Sorry, I had to jump on a call. But
Hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. No, nobody's on a schedule here. The only schedule we got is what's happening with this dadgum freaking Zoom chat. I'm probably only going to do one stream right now with this, just the three of us, you, me, and Jay Freeman right there. It's just been me talking. You know, I've been the talking head for the past I don't know how long. You know, maybe 20 minutes. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. I got to get used to that. I got to, you know, with me joining the DC TV correspondence, I have to get used to being able to talk and ramble for a while. So, you know, it was great experience. Thank you.
You're doing good, bro. You're doing good.
But I was just talking about my Navy career. Now that you know you're here, you know I can have some discord. I've already given my opinion about what's been happening with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. So, Tony, I'd like to hear your opinions and your thoughts about what's going on.
And I just want to be on a, you know, if there's an opportunity to make money, I just want to make sure I'm there for it. So I don't know enough about this fork to buy Bitcoin Cash. But what I do feel comfortable with buying is all the cheap other alt crypto coins that I've been kind of scooping in the last few days and today, little by little. Mm-hmm. And I know everyone has their favorites. You know, I posted in the Discord channel some of the stuff that I scooped up, like ICX for 42 cents, you know, shit like that. And
very nice, very nice.
That's kind of like my vibe, you know, just go where I feel comfortable and I think that I'm going to make some money at. So
yeah, dollar cost average Fridays tomorrow. So, you know, for all you people out there who are going to be watching our podcast, Fridays are statistically the best days to buy crypto. Fridays followed by Wednesdays. And the reason is because, you know, we have all these investors from the stock market world. Stock market closes down on, you know, Fridays, and then and nobody wants to be holding their bags over the weekend in case there's a major sell-off and they're still holding it, you know, when the market opens. So people sell a lot on Fridays, which is a perfect opportunity for us to go ahead and you know, capture those gains, you know, and capture those investments, those discount coins, you know, those discount stocks. And so when it comes to, you know, all of that, you know, dollar cost average Friday is amazing. I'm glad Peter had done the research and actually found out that Fridays were the best day. So for those of you who can't see what's going on, Tony just hit us up on the Zoom group chat. He said that he'll be right back. He's jumping on a call. You know, I thought that was my phone, you know, vibrating for a second, but you know, that was Tony. So anyway, yeah, man, you know, when it comes to bear markets, I get absolutely greedy. Like when there is blood in the market, when there's blood in the streets, I just go, you know, the excitement just overwhelms me, you know, not in an uncontrollable way, but, you know, I'm just like, yes. It's just, I get so excited when bear markets are here. And that honestly is because of, you know, once again, that book by Tony Robbins, Unshakable. One of the best books that I've ever read. I took a tax return a couple years ago to invest in myself and my own knowledge, and I bought a bunch of books by Robert Kiyosaki, you know, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Tony Robbins, and it was completely life-changing. You know, hearing all of these books. You know, I you know, my last job, I was working security, and I was, you know, just driving around a big giant 10-mile figure eight, and I had anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to just, you know, listen to audiobooks and do cryptocurrency and stock market research and learn about entrepreneurship and business and real estate. And, you know, I was literally in, you know, those 8 to 12 hours of solitude were a godsend. You know, I believe they were, you know, definitely a life-changing opportunity, because I had like almost a year and a half of self-study that has, to me, in my opinion, you know, changed my mindset. So when there's fear in the markets, when there's FUD, when there's FOMO, it's like I don't experience any of that. I just get excitement and excitement. If there's a bear market, I'm excited. If there's a bull market, I'm excited. I'm more excited for bear markets because I can accumulate more. But when it's a bull market, it's like, oh yes, gains, gains, gains. But personally, I have a personal vendetta, not against the cryptocurrency market, but for the cryptocurrency market. My personal vendetta, my personal goal is that experts were talking about, the oncoming months for the bear market. We have, some experts. I mean, how do you have experts in a freaking market that's only freaking 9 years old? But anyway, there are people out there who consider themselves experts, and they have said that they believe that we're going to end up with an 18-month bear market. And I'm just like, bring it on. I love this, because for me, the bear market is the accumulation phase, and I've got freaking Black Friday discounts on everything. I love it, and so, everybody gets excited about, Black Friday, at, Walmart, or, Christmas is coming, Black Friday, everything's 60% off. And I'm like, dude, my cryptocurrency is freaking 80% off, 90% off. I'm fucking loving this, So it really is all about that accumulation. And, I think with this Bitcoin Cash fork, that literally did catapult us into a further bear market. That is my personal opinion. I do know that Bitcoin Cash has been oversold, according to the TA that Peter was showing us. But honestly, even if it recovers in the next few days and whatnot, if the market continues to go down or just level out at a new low, I'm happy either way. If the gains start coming, I'm happy either way. Personally, I get paid next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. So I'm hoping it continues to go down until I get paid. That way I can buy more. So I've got about 10 minutes left on this stream right here. Tony, I know that you had to take that call. So I'd love to hear your opinions about Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, and what you think this civil war is doing to the community or for the community.
Well, I was watching Roger Ver's live stream too in the background, and he had like an army, man, basically a war room set up, different locations, and giving the impression that them guys are ready to, go at Craig Wright and all that stuff. So not getting into the technical stuff, I'm just like watching everybody kind of going at it from like the psychology, and see how confident these guys are talking. And at the same time, you don't know if it's all smoke and mirrors, so that's my look at the way this whole thing is. And does it really matter to me? I really don't give a rat's ass about the Bitcoin Cash fork, because I don't have any skin in the game. To me, it's just more like the more attention that these guys bring to the cryptocurrency market, it just kind of puts us in the forefront of, back in the news again, and kind of give it an opportunity to pump. And so when it pumps, that's when I'm trying to take some gains, take profit off the table.
Yeah. The news is really happening right now. I saw that Tone Vays had on his live stream, that Zoom chat live stream of his, he had over like 3,300 watchers, and he has fewer followers than us, but he had like a panel of different YouTubers. So I'm pretty sure all of them on their channel said, hey, come here, come here, come here. We're having a big giant thing. I recognized a couple different YouTubers on there. But dude, the truth of the matter is, this is big news, and it's getting a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah, I think the one part that caught me on one of the guys that was on Tone's channel was the BitFury CEO or CTO. He was talking about like how mining is a complicated thing, and it's not that easy to take over 50%, 51% of the market and such. And I just trying to understand that it just doesn't sound that complicated. You plug in a bunch of damn miners and you run. I mean, the way he was pitching it was almost like that. To me, it just sounded like bullshit. And I didn't get anyone to kind of call him out on it, because
yeah, I think he's making it sound more difficult than it really is, simply to make people more like, oh my gosh, mining. Oh my,
Right.
some big, thing. It's scary.
Yeah.
How do I even get into it? And here's, our boy Nemesis, our boy Brian is freaking doing a YouTube channel on how to actually do mining, and he's
Right.
breaking it down Barney style. It's like, dude, this is simple as fuck. It's just, complicated because there's so much involved. But,
Yeah.
I think he was, I think, them breaking down mining and making it sound complicated was to impress upon people how, awesome and, technical and, strong, like, okay, yes, it's very technical, very strong,
Right.
but
Right.
who are you trying to impress, buddy?
Right.
Your audience is regular people, and they're going to come into mining in their own time. You're
Right.
trying to impress them and scare them before they even jump in. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I got from it. I was like, dude, it put me off on listening any further to that guy. And in fact, kind of like made me think like Big Fury is probably just some full of shit deal. It's like, if it's that big a deal, then show me.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, so this is a bit too far. You got a joke for us today, Tony?
Man, I've been too busy trying, scatterbrains, jumping onto this channel, jumping onto that channel, trying to look for like any opportunity, man. I've been
like this morning has been crazy. There's a lot of happening going on right now. A lot of channels are doing shit at the same time.
Even what's his name? Antonopoulos just released a new video too, calling it Bitcoin Core 1.0. So it'd be interesting to jump on that to kind of watch and see what his take is on some of this drama as it unfolds.
Yeah. Well, I know that right after our live stream was beginning to wrap up, I got a notification that Supo Man was having his live stream, and I'm like, I when I was doing my research phase, and I was signed up to 50 different freaking cryptocurrency YouTube channels.
Ditto.
I had like that daily grind of watching all the videos when I was at my last job, just for research purposes. But when it comes to, okay, here's the resources and who's got the quality content, it's gone down to like a very narrow margin. And it's DCTV. I get all of my news from DCTV because we're cranking out more videos than anybody else, and not only that, there's good insight and as well as technical know-how by not only Peter, but also, like Colin has stepped up his game. He's now he's started doing Python, and he's actually going to be taking a course on how to do, on Bitcoin coding. I don't know specifics about it, but like he's stepping up his game to be able to put out even better quality content, better, videos, better knowledge about what the heck's going on and why it works or why something's not going to work, And so, I think that our community, for one, by far is the best community. Because if you were to join like Superman's channel and purchase one of his Udemy courses to get into his master class, all anybody's ever talking about is what the next coin is, or should I invest in this? Should I invest in that? Or hey, did you see this? And all they're doing is looking at bears and gains, and it's like, come on, people, there's so much more to it than this. Where's the actual sense of community? I mean, yeah, he has his own community, fine, but you know what? I got in, I was in there for just a little while, and I don't pay attention to anything anybody else does anymore. The only reason I will actually watch Superman is just for entertainment purposes. It's like, that's pretty much it, and I'll probably watch his I don't catch the live streams anymore. Like I might watch one video a month. I'm just too damn busy. We got too much going on. I've got, a bit too far. I'm working on trying to, figure out how, this, OBS and Zoom and, be able to do the DCTV, correspondence, and as it is right now, I am set to potentially do my first Thursday night stream for DCTV next Thursday. I'm
All right.
I'm personally waiting on my new camera to come in the mail, but you know, it is what it is, and I just don't have time for all the noise out there anymore. I mean,
It's the meta, though, right? It's kind of like you want to just be in the know when.
yeah, yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I love the community that Peter built on the Bitcoin.pub and in the Discord, and Yen, dude, freaking, I'm loving this community driven development that we've been helping them with. We say, hey, this is doing this or this is doing that, and, we're saying, hey, this would be nice if we could do this. I mean, like Peter had even said, that going mobile wasn't even on the plans right now. We're just going to focus on the desktop and get that good and ready, and then we'll do mobile. But the demand for mobile had become so strong that he eventually said, you know what, we're reprioritizing, and we're going to be working on mobile. I think he's working on messaging right now. Tacos for All jumped in and he jumped out. Come on, buddy.
Taco Thursdays.
Is it Taco Thursday? No, Del Taco has like a Taco Tuesday. I don't know if they have Taco Thursday.
We'll make our own.
Tacos just posted in the general text. He's like, shoot, tried to join and then the boss saw. So he's at work and he's trying to watch this and the boss caught him. Tacos, it's all good, my man.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do,
You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I'm going to go ahead and let him know it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good, bro. So anyway, do you believe that this whole fork, this civil war going on is ultimately going to hurt or ultimately going to help the cryptocurrency community?
I think it'll help. Whatever happens from it, it'll be just